Hello everyone, welcome back. If this is your first time here, my name is Andi, and I'm really happy that you're here. Happy Mask Monday! Happy Mask Monday. Today, I am doing the Wonder Beauty eye masks that I got in a giveaway from Gloria from Southern Mama Boys. I've always wanted to try these. And so I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do the Olivia Grace retinol sheet mask. I got this in a giveaway from Kimmy's Boxes. I will put the link to both of them in the description box. Oh, these are nice. Come in a little card like that. Oh, these are nice. I need them. Look at my dark. There we go. So I hope everyone had a great weekend. We did not do a whole lot, let me tell you. Not a whole lot at all. I wasn't feeling that great this weekend. Just a little blah under the weather. Oh, this is really juicy. This is really juicy. And then I have some questions that I've seen several YouTubers, several Mask Monday ladies do these, and then most recently I saw Casey from Casey Has Opinions and Terrible Editing Skills, Terrible Video Skills, I'm sorry, I always get that wrong, even though I watch her a lot. And then she added some of her own. And then I have a couple that I added as well, just a couple. Actually, I think maybe just one, because I am very interested to know how you say this particular thing. I've heard different variations of this word. Oh, this feels amazing. This feels really good. This stays on for standby. 10 to 15 minutes. Sorry about that. You know I can't read this stuff. It's too small. 10 to 15 minutes, and then you take it off and massage. Do the massage thing. So, put that in my hands. So let's just go ahead and start. What do you call it? What do you call it? Cooking food on an outside grill. We call it grilling out. That's what we say. We call it grilling out. And for those of you that don't know, I am in Ohio. So this is how, and you know what? People in Ohio don't all say the same thing either, because you have Southern Ohio and Northern Ohio, and Northern Ohio speaks more like Michigan, and Southern Ohio speaks more like Kentucky. So it just depends. Okay, here we go. Now I can speak a little better. Okay, cooking food on outside grill, that's grilling out. Carbonated beverage. Carbonated beverage is pop. It's always been pop. It will always be pop to me. The thing you put your groceries in is a cart. I just call it a cart. I don't call it a shopping cart. I just call it a cart. I'm like, hey, I'm going to get a cart. Bugs that light up in the night, lightning bugs. And they're not even lightning bugs. They're lightning bugs. Pecan is pecan. I say pecan. Those little nuts are pecans. The first and last piece of bread in a loaf, it is the heel. I call it the heel. C-A-R-A-M-E-L, caramel. Caramel. There is no other A in there. It's C-A-R-M-E-L to me. Caramel. Athletic footwear is, to me, is tennis shoes. I've always said tennis shoes. Now, because I do sell online, if I am writing the description, I say athletic shoes. Sometimes I say athletic shoes, sneakers, tennis shoes, because those are keywords. That's what people look up. So sometimes I'll put them all in the title, depending on how many other words I have in my title. Let's see, where was I? The little lobster things in the water, crawdads. Those are crawdads. Where my dad lived, and my stepmom actually still lives there, and I lived there the first 4 years of my life, it's a little town, a little village, probably about 40 minutes away from me. And they have a public pool. And my dad would get memberships every year for myself and my stepbrother and stepsister, when they were my stepbrother and stepsister. And across from the pool was a park. And behind that was a creek. What do you say? Do you say crick or do you say creek? I say creek. That's another one. I should have put that on here. I say creek. C-R-E-E-C, or C-R-E-E-K is a creek. Some people say crick. Anyway. We used to go over there on the, like, they would blow the whistle and all the kids had to get out of the pool, and it was adult swim. I think it was like 15 minutes. Like each hour had 45 minutes of kid time and then 15 minutes of adult time. Being an adult, I think it should have been the other way around, because it's far nicer to be in the pool when there's no children in there. Just saying. I'm just saying. Anyway, my stepbrother, who was 2 years older than me, and my stepsister was 2 years younger than me, she was very much tomboy. And we would go over there and we would get in the creek and we would catch crawdads. And it was so much fun. I've always been kind of a girly girl, so I didn't want to touch them. Although now, when we go fishing, I will bait my own hook and I will take the fish off the hook. I don't have a problem with that. Unless it's a catfish, and then I wear gloves because those things will hurt you. But yeah, crawdads. We used to catch crawdads and snakes and sometimes like minnows and frogs and whatever. The outside water tap is a spigot to me. I call it a spigot. The inside one is a faucet, but the outside to me is a spigot. The liquid that makes your car go, gas. The space at the back of a car to me is a trunk. Although my mom had a friend that called it a boot because he was from the UK. Called it a boot. The lights that regulate traffic are traffic lights. They're traffic lights. That's what I say. Place to buy alcohol. Well, in Ohio, we don't actually have, well, we do have, I call it a liquor store. So liquor store, we have liquor stores, but there are also liquor stores in grocery stores. Like Kroger has a liquor store. It's a separate little thing inside the store. You can't go in if you're under 21 and all that. This is just not staying. But it's a liquor store. You go and you buy liquor or whatever. I'm not a big liquor drinker, but in Ohio, and I did not know this for the longest time, that not everyone has drive-thrus. If I'm buying beer, I will sometimes go through the drive-thru. It's a tunnel that you drive your car through. They ask you what you want. You say, I want a 6-pack, a 12-pack, whatever. You can also get your pop there. And then some snacks or whatever. But yeah, it's a drive-thru. I did not know that not many places have drive-thrus. And when my cousins came to visit, my aunt and uncle came to visit, brought my cousins. And they were probably 10 and 12. I think they're 2 years apart. They might be more than that, but they were younger. They thought it was fascinating. So we always had to, like, every day, let's go through the drive. Can we go through the drive-thru? So I would take them through the drive-thru. It was funny. So yeah, we have drive-thrus. Tell me, do you have drive-thrus? Do you have drive-thrus where you live? There's actually a town not too far from me that, I don't know if it's still there, but had a drive-thru liquor store. Like, you could go through the drive-thru and get liquor, which I thought was really weird. I know in Louisiana, they have drive-up windows that are for daiquiris. Like, you can drive up to the window and get a daiquiri. I have not done that. When we were in Louisiana, Anthony wouldn't let me do that. Because I would have been there all the time probably. But yeah, you drive up to the window and you get a daiquiri. I think that's awesome. As long as you're not drinking it while you're driving. Let's see here. Thing that turns on and off the TV is a remote. I call it a remote. Place to buy medicine, a pharmacy, but I also say drugstore. I say drugstore. Yeah, I say drugstore a lot. I'm going to the drugstore. Yeah, I say drugstore a lot, but I also say pharmacy because Bailey, my daughter, is a pharmacy tech. So I say that she works at the pharmacy. But normally if I'm just like saying I'm going to go someplace, I'm going to the drugstore. You know what? Let me ask you, back in the 80s, where any of you lived, did you ever have, it's called Drug Castle? They had like, it was like, gosh, this is the most random memory that just came back. It was like a Walgreens or a CVS. It was called Drug Castle. And we had several of them in Springfield, where I'm from, the little town. Well, it's not little. It's smaller than Columbus, so to me it's a little town, but it's not a little town. But like that's where I would go buy my, my Maybelline and my CoverGirl, my Great Lash mascara, and yeah, my CoverGirl powder that smelled like Noxzema. Oh my gosh, blast from the past. So yeah, tell me if you guys had drug castles where you lived. I'm curious to know if that was a local thing, because I don't know, because they're all gone now. Things that you put syrup on, pancakes. They're pancakes, or waffles. I mean, waffles you can, but pancakes, I think that's what they're going for, because I know some people will say flapjacks. Yeah, and I say pancakes. The thing that gives you info about the streets and roads. Well, I am old enough to remember atlases. There was an atlas, which is a book of maps, or a map. I know when we first moved to Columbus, I did not have a smartphone. I had a flip phone. And so I bought a book. It was like this thick. And it was all the streets of Columbus. Because I'm one of those people, if I'm living somewhere, I need to know where I am and where I'm going. And there would be times where I would just drive and then I would find out where I was in the book of the atlas, the city atlas, and then find my way home. Because I needed to know that if I went out somewhere that I wasn't going to get lost. So yeah, it had every, like they were by, areas. They were by areas, but it was a really nice big book of maps. But now I guess I would say GPS. Yeah, I would say GPS. However, my GPS, her name is Ingrid. That's what I named her. And I fire her all the time. Like I will fire her and then I will download the Waze app. And then it's Thomas, because Thomas has an English accent. And I think that's freaking amazing for Thomas to tell me where I'm going. But Thomas gets fired too, because sometimes he just doesn't give me correct directions. So GPS or Ingrid. The machine that gives you money, I call it an ATM. However, I'm also old enough to remember when ATMs first became a thing. And they were called green machines. And my mom, to this day, will still call it a green machine, which is hilarious. The thing that I think this starts from the questions that Casey added. The thing that women, she didn't say it this way, but the thing that women carry their crap in, the things that women carry their crap in, I say handbag. Every once in a while I'll say purse, but I don't know. I just don't say the word purse. My grandma used to call it a pocketbook. But I say handbag. I always say handbag. And I am a lover of handbags. I was watching Laura the Bargain Hunter clean out her handbag, and she had this newer, or I don't know if it was new to her or if it was just, she was just changing to this, but it was a Kate Spade, and it was this wine oxblood color, which I love for fall, and I was drooling about her handbag. I was drooling. I've seen several people do their thing. Mine would be very boring because I don't have very much in my handbag. The thing that you sit on when you watch TV, I say couch. My grandparents said Davenport, and my cousin and I, it was this certain print, and I know, and I'll see if I can insert a picture up here, because I know everybody's parents or grandparents had this couch, Davenport. But when I'm out, I call it treasure hunting, but when I'm out sourcing for our store, if I see that print, I'll take a picture of it and send it to her, and she'll go, the Davenport. It's just so funny. So yeah, I call it a couch. I don't call it a sofa. I call it a couch. The thing in your car to signal where you're turning is a turn signal. I don't say blinker. I say turn signal. And usually I'm yelling it because the person in front of me is not using their turn signal. So I will say turn signal. Sweet treat on a stick is a sucker. The things that you give babies to stop them from crying, I call it a binky. I know people call it a pacifier. I call it a binky. Breakfast, lunch, and I say dinner. I say dinner. Going out to dinner, making dinner, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't say supper. This is one thing that she said. Do you have tangents or do you digress? I laughed so hard when I saw this on her video. Because I have a friend named Sarah that will digress. And she's the only person that I had seen until I started watching a lot of the YouTube ladies, that Kimmy's boxes will also always digress. She always digresses. I do tangents. I don't digress. I think I've digressed maybe once or twice in my life. But I go off on tangents. Like, I've gone off on several tangents since I've been sitting here doing this because I go off on stories. It's story time. But I believe that I go off on tangents. So funny. Oh, she's so funny. Okay, and then I added this one. How do you pronounce Crayon? I say crayon. It's a crayon. But I've heard people say crown, and I've heard people say crayon. Like C-R-A-N, crayon. Or C-R-O-W-N, crown. I say crayon. That's how it's spelled. C-R-A-Y-O-N, crayon. So tell me how you say that. Do you say crayon? Do you say crown? Or do you say crayon? So I'm really interested. I'll take this off. I'm really interested to know how you say that. Oh, these feel good. I'm not going to take these off yet. So yeah, those are the questions. Feel free to take them if you want them. I took them. I stole them. I've seen many people do this, but the last person I watched was Casey. Has opinions and terrible video skills. And I just thought they were funny. I think they're funny because, like, sometimes my friends and I will have different conversations on this or that. My best friend Dina is originally from Chicago, and so she has different ways of saying things than I do. But she's lived in Ohio for several years. I mean, many years now. But still, you know, you have those things. Like if I moved somewhere where they say flapjacks, I would still say pancakes, and they would look at me funny. It is what it is. I think it's funny, the different dialects. First of all, like, language fascinates me. Fascinates me. Accents and dialects fascinate me. And I've never done it on here, I don't think. And I probably won't. But I have been known to just start speaking in a different accent because it's fun to me. I do several accents, and back when I used to do hair, we would have accent day at the salon, and we would speak in a different accent all day long. And there are different dialects. Like, Southern accent is not just a Southern accent, because people that are in Kentucky sound different from people in Alabama, and people in Alabama sound different from people in Louisiana, and people in Texas sound different than all the rest of them. So it just depends on where you're from in the country on how you speak, and I think that's fascinating. So I don't know, maybe I'll do a more in-depth thing on that. That's fun. That would be fun. I don't know. We'll see. But I watch dialect coaches on TikTok and YouTube all the time. All the time. And I think it's fun. Thanks for joining me. I'm going off on a tangent. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate being here. Happy Mask Monday, everybody. And until next time, everyone have a great day, great week, and we'll see you later.